Now look at this. I think earlier today I said I'm a sucker for a free water bottle. But look at the price point, Joe. Look at that. Dollars. When you're giving me a water bottle and everything else that they're mentioning here for $33, at that point I'm like, Joe, I'm gonna buy this because I'm going to lose money by not buying this.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the next episode of After the Click. I'm joined with my good friend and excellent marketing executive, Mr. Josh. What's up, man? How are you today?
Howdy, Joe. How you doing?
Dude, another day, another high ROAS. How's that?
But speaking of ROAS, I think the people that want a high ROAS usually come down to one thing, right? They're thinking about, are my ads good enough? Do I have the right media buyer? Should we put more organic social? Is that gonna help our ads? What's gonna help us convert more? What does it come down to, Joe? I think you know exactly what gets somebody to buy.
Jeez. I think curiosity is the biggest one of all of it, right? But the landing page where they land, does it get them to convert? That's a key
Exactly.
piece. And that's what we're going to be talking
Yes.
about today, especially
Excited.
with Ecomm. So there's all kinds of different landing pages out there. We could have a million episodes of that stuff. But one that we kind of dove into last time just a little bit and wanted to kind of go deeper into. And Josh is the magic man there with Ecomm conversions and CRO and running ads to this stuff as well. He's got that experience dived in. I've worked on a number of these as well with companies too. So we're going to kind of get our opinion on a few of these components, see what our hot takes are on a few of them, look at some landing pages and give it our rating of how we think they would convert and what we would do to change them to increase conversions on that page, and just other random banter about pages from Ecomm, from ads that go to Ecomm products. Before we even go too deep into it, Josh, let's hear from you so I'm not blabbing on and on.
Oh,
There's obviously digital products, there's Ecomm, there's all different types of it. So when we say Ecomm, what does that mean for everyone that's listening?
yeah, I'm gonna put it very simple for all the folks at home. Basically, e-com is any type of like shop that's online. So if you've ever bought something from, let's say, some socks, right? And there was a sock company, let's say Bombas. If they have an online store and you bought from them, you just took part of an e-com transaction. So just about everything that you buy online is considered e-com.
Yeah. And the biggest Ecomm app web page in the world is Amazon. That's Ecomm to the maximum of it all. And they have probably hundreds of people on conversion rate optimization throughout everything within Amazon to make sure to get a higher conversion rate and more add-ons and split testing and all of the above. So when we talk Ecomm here, we have a bunch of examples as well too. We'll see what your thoughts are as well while we kind of give our opinion on it too. So the first one, hot take. A free gift bundle always outperforms a straight discount when converting cold traffic. Ooh, okay. I think I'm gonna let you kick off with this one here. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I've got a pretty strong one, but it may be different than mine. So let's hear it.
Joe, I am a total sucker for a free gift.
Ah,
Something about me just feels like I'm winning when I get a free gift. Now, I think many people can say, doesn't a discount also feel like a win? And it's yeah, but what hurts more? What hurts more is that if I really love this product at $30 and next month my subscription renews for 40, that's gonna sting. I'm not gonna like it. For whatever psychological reason, I'm just not. But when it comes to a free gift, it's oh, it's almost like it's almost like a little welcome gift. Being a part of a crew, you're paying the regular price. You're just getting maybe a hat. Or for my example, I bought a case of these hydration drinks only because they were gonna get me a new Yeti tumbler. Mind you,
hmm.
Joe, I had like a shit ton of other Yeti tumblers that I could have chosen from, but I just wanted a new one. It's like I was already gonna buy the product, and honestly, what pushed me over the edge was the free gift. And it was that simple. And I stayed a pretty loyal customer for maybe like 8 months.
And did you really need that Yeti? I'm sure you
I
got like a cabinet full of like 100 of them, maybe, right?
I didn't need the Yeti, but it felt so good to get
I
it.
hear you.
And honestly, that's why I would agree. I think any single time that I am getting something for free, it feels like a bigger win than a discount that I'm gonna wish I had later in the future.
Okay, so I'm going to grab you and put you in the boom agree slot here. So I agree with everything you said. I really believe that a free gift of any kind is you're able to retain the same price. You're not discounting it so it feels like it's cheaper. Last thing people want in their head is to feel cheap. This isn't cheap. You have a quality, whether it's a digital or physical product, and you can give additional stuff to create a value mentality that it's worth more than what you're getting. So let's
Mhm.
just say it's a $19.99 item and maybe the
Yes.
competition has this $14.99. Well, what if you had yours plus these 3 free extra things, and then maybe they're just like digital downloads of some kind that are just the minimal cost to you. They're practically just setup costs and they're free after that. But the person feels I'm getting so much more, so it makes sense. Even if it's 2 things for 19.99, what if one was discounted $5? Okay, what's wrong? Why is it discounted? I can understand if it's a heavy discount, you knew for sure and trusted the brand, but if you had no brand awareness of it, I would totally take an additional thing so that the company sometimes paying more almost feels like you're getting a better quality product. I don't
That's
always
true.
go search low to high on all my stuff, right? You want a quality piece. If you throw in something extra, maybe it's that Yeti, maybe it's a PDF download, who knows what it is, right? I'm leaning 100% towards that's better than that discount. So that's 2 of us right there on the agree side. Okay,
Ooh.
rate this page. So we threw up a mobile page here that comes from one of the recent ads that AG1 just dropped, and their company, just like many who have loads and loads of split testing through creatives. So let's see here. We've got a rating set here from this. You're going to bounce, meh, decent, and this puppy converts. It's true fire. So with that,
Okay.
you went first on the last one here. I'm going to throw my opinion on this one first here. Now, the mobile side, I think the call to action is just below where it would show on mobile. Okay, I'm looking at the headline AG1 more than greens powder for less than $3 a day. I'm following it. And I'm a huge headline conversion guy on stuff like
Mhm.
this, whether depending on regardless of what funnel you're in. Does this get me excited than a greens powder for less than $3? It doesn't. It has a little bit of curiosity. I think it drives a good point for less than $3 a day. Okay, that's a reason to get in. And Josh, we talked about this for I can't even tell you how many times over and over through
Yeah.
different landing pages. What emotion do you want the person coming here to feel, excuse me, of the dream outcome they're going to, you're hoping that want they want to turn into? They need to see that so that way they feel it. So what is the future of me with greens? Is it just, oh, they're on my counter? It doesn't do it for me. I want to see what that future me could look like for less than $3 a day. What do the greens powder do? It's going to make me feel more than a greens powder. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I need more. But
I
as we
mean, but
scroll
keep
through,
scrolling, keep scrolling. Let's see.
yeah, yeah.
Let's get those Joe thoughts. Free
I
stuff.
like yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. So, okay, first time purchase includes boom, free. I dig it. We just talked about this stuff. Add this in, free. Okay, all this value. It's saying here, this pouch reduced down. Okay, get your AG1. Hopefully there's an order bump after that, something that could add more, increase the AOV for that person. I don't know if there's pop-ups on here. Okay, so we have some authority folks here. Obviously, Huberman up here with a quote. See what people are saying. This is great. Formulated for your body. Looks like it took a screenshot. I don't even know what that word says. Not
Clinically.
clinically back. That's yeah, that sounds right. Okay, got some cool figures here. 10 times increase the healthy bacteria in the gut. Is that really what I want to hear? What is the result? How am I going to feel? 10 times better of neurons to spike in the AM to get you cranking without 80 milligrams of Adderall. I don't know, right? Okay, this is cool and all. I think it's decent. I'll put it that way. I think it's got some good core things below that I think are very valuable. Depending on the audience it's going to, whether this is a retarget or not. Now, I haven't been searching AG1, so when I went to click on this, I'm assuming it's not to retarget. Update this image, get a much stronger headline in here, but I still think it's decent. I'm going to
Decent.
give it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give this one a decent. I was in between Met and decent, but you know what? Here below all this, I dig it. I think this is valuable. I think how it's the structure of it's good. I'm curious what their conversion on this is. Josh, let me hear your 2, 3, 4 cents.
Now, I've definitely been served AG1 ads in the past, and I've clicked on them and I've seen them just because I'm curious. I'm always curious to see what they're testing. In this case, we got an example of a cold audience, and this was Joe. Joe was someone that probably saw this ad for the first time and clicked on it. And from the very jump, I think what screams at me is exactly what Joe said, which was a headline that tells me a whole lot of nothing besides this is $3 a day. And for someone that does math like fairly quickly, like the way that I calculate like my car, I'd be like, okay, I have a my car payment is like $600 a month, and if I divide that by 30 days, I'm essentially paying this amount a day to drive this car. And when I think of just a green powder, and you're telling me more than a green powder for $3 a day, that gets me thinking, I'm paying $90 for a greens powder, and what is it going to do for me?
What's the result?
It doesn't make me happy like a car. It
Right.
doesn't make me active like a gym membership. There's really nothing that is telling me. So I'm hoping that under the folds, I get that immediate answer. And if we scroll down, you're just trying to convince me with these free gifts. Now, previously I told you I love free gifts and I'm a sucker for free gifts. But Joe, something that I kind of want to poke your mind on
Let's hear it.
is that sometimes free gifts are almost like an IQ test where it's essentially, I feel like there are some brands that are like, we're gonna claim that these are free gifts, but really they should already come with whatever I'm buying. I expect a canister, a scoop, and a shaker if I'm paying $90 for these pouches, right?
Sure.
It's like if I go to the store and I buy a tub of protein powder, I'll probably pay around 40 to $50 for that. And I know that it's gonna last me 30 days, but for $40, I'm not expecting a shaker. Now, if I was paying $100 for this protein tub, then I would expect it to have that extra bonus to it. And I think here, AG1 is giving me something that it's almost like it's almost trying to convince me, but I'm seeing right through it. But let's say either way, fine, I'll accept this. I think in me after the fold, they bring in after this checkout call to action. I think they bring probably the strongest thing that they have on this page, which is an authority figure.
I agree.
It's Andrew Huberman, and I feel like this would be a better hero because he is so recognizable, right? And I would almost
Start
say
with
like,
that.
yeah, I would almost say if Joe's a big Andrew Huberman guy, put that on him. And I like watching F1, put Lewis Hamilton for me, and like, get that hyper targeted. Show someone that's actually an authority in their space, and that will probably get more people to convert than just a picture of what's gonna sit in their what's gonna sit on their counter because you never told them how exactly their life was gonna change. Because it's a
I
placebo
agree.
effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, every time I hear about AG1, and this is not gonna change my mind of how I rate this landing page, it's I didn't really feel like it did anything for me. And
That's
but if
fair.
you told me that for less than $3 a day, I'm going to become the morning person I always wished to become,
Yeah.
then I might just believe it.
The
But
next time I wake up and I'm groggy, I'm gonna go, you know what? Let me go back and see what that's all about. It needs to be something that triggers an emotion in the future if you don't purchase right then and there, for sure. Or
I
going to bed feeling like this, or midday crash like this, anything like that. Going for a
anything.
jog like this. Summertime energy. I don't know. We could go all. It could be loads of them, right? I totally agree with all that. So let me ask you, what rating we're gonna go with this bad boy?
I think this page is one Joe away from being solid. I'll put it at decent.
All right. We got decent. Love it. Let's see what we got next up
Let's
on
see.
our wheel here. A little trivia question. Okay, let's fire at this here.
I
The
love this.
average ecom conversion rate for cold paid traffic. Now, I think I know, pretty certain I know the answer to this here. I'm going to go less than what I think because I think you said this before too when we were talking about this in the past. Look at the word average, right? You
Average.
know how many pages convert well? Like it's not a lot. People are throwing a lot of money out there and not converting well. I'm gonna throw myself right here based on that average piece. Now, if it were average, like larger company, I would go more. But let's get your thoughts.
Let me see. Hold up. Just Joe, is your lighting good?
Looks like it's good now. Yeah, it was weird. Did something
Okay.
strange.
So you said, okay. I think when it comes to e-commerce, I'm really thinking about average. And I'm thinking of other kids my age. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 27. But back when I was in college, like how many people start like drop shipping pages? And that trend hasn't died. They are part of that e-commerce sphere. And like I've done this. I've created landing pages that didn't convert above 1% because I had to test. I wanted to see if this would work or whatever. And if I think that at my worst, I am at a 1%, I think the average would probably be at a zero point 0.5 to 1%.
Let's throw that in there. Reveal the answer. Look at that, a little bit higher than what we had thought. I know by default 2% is what a lot of show, but I'm willing to bet that's that 2-3%, not the average person running ads, like actual companies that have a team doing it.
The bigger dogs.
Yeah, yeah. So when this is a big figure that comes into play as well too, when we do fractional work for any company or they have their expectations. What can I expect here? What is your cost to acquire a customer? You can do the math on all of it,
Yeah.
right? It depends on what industry you're in on that CAC and how many people you're competing against and in what area and how niche it is. But let's take it, if you have a good ad and they get to your page, 2%. If you're hitting 2%, people are like, that's it? That's good. That's
That is good.
average.
Yeah. No, that's honestly awesome. A 2%, the way that I like to tell whether it's, let's say, a friend in the industry, they might be like, Josh, I can't get more people to buy this bundle, right? And their bundle is, and I'm thinking on top of my head, but their conversion rate is 2%. So the way that I tell him, I'm like, imagine that you're standing in the corner of a street and that 100 people pass by every day, but two people out of those 100 actually give you the $165. Wouldn't you be pretty happy with that?
Yeah.
And it's oh, and it's and you
That
have
way.
and you have 1,000 people visiting your site every day. Do the math. It's like if you had if you said hello to 1,000 people and 2 out of every 100 gave you that, which is what it's like 20 people gave you the $165, you'd be pretty happy. You'd go out on that street corner every day knowing that you're gonna make some good money.
Yeah.
It's okay. I guess that does make sense.
When you look at it that way, that's true. And even look how many people are wasting. Look, this is the percent of conversion to roll forward. And as long as you're at that component, just got to do the math. There's calculators for this, right?
No
Very
brainer.
simple. Let's roll into the next one here. The next rate the page. This is a brand that you're familiar with. I've never heard of. This is interesting. How about you go first on this?
Now, look at this. I think earlier today I said I'm a sucker for a free water bottle. But look at the price point, Joe. Look at that. Dollars. When you're giving me a water bottle and everything else that they're mentioning here for $33, at that point, I'm like, Joe, I'm going to buy this because I'm going to lose money by not buying this. So the moment that I saw this landing page, I'm like, I have to give it to Joe because look, not only do I get 14 on the go sticks, I get the water bottle. And you know what? Whenever you throw in the priority shipping, at that
It just
point,
sounds luxury.
it's yes, it sounds luxury. It makes me think that you're like hugging the box before you give it to the yes man. And then you get a sticker pack. It's like, why do you want a sticker pack? Because you're gonna stick those on your laptop, your water bottle, and
Free
now
marketing.
it's free marketing. So whenever you're at the coffee shop with your laptop out and you have your sticker on there, someone asks you, "That's a cool sticker. Who's it from?" It's like, "Oh, it's this brand Attaboy," and they're doing it right because for a very low price of $33, they get you in the door. And then after that, if you just keep scrolling, this is definitely a brand meant for men.
You tell
And
me
the
where to
way
go.
that
I'm gonna pause right here. You
yeah,
want me to keep
like
going?
scroll a little bit more right here. Like whenever it starts telling you like the 5 reasons why Attaboy stacks up above the rest, is now I have to read, right? Now I want to know why this makes it different. And you start look, AG1 was talking about being clinically approved, right? Or clinically backed. And here it's telling me the same thing, but it's almost doing it a bit differently because even the imagery in the background is a bit more artsy. It's curated. You can tell
Mhm.
that it's probably an active guy based on the tech material of his jacket. These are the little details that you have to pay attention to whenever you're a brand and you're speaking to someone that could possibly relate to you. Now scroll one
Sure.
more where it says the number two. If oh no, we hit
Oh,
this
no,
a
I can't
screenshot.
scroll over that way. Yeah.
But I've seen this page and it just keeps giving you the imagery that speaks to different, what can you say, like ICPs that this brand
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
probably trying to attract. And so if you keep scrolling, it gives you cool imagery. You're like, oh, that's the guy I want to be. I want to be a
Dude, look at
cowboy.
this guy. He's shirtless, catching 40-foot marlin, smoking a Marlboro Red.
Look
It's
at the
black
like,
and white. Oh,
yes,
that guy's a badass
Joe, the big weight,
cowboy.
the dad under here with his son. Joe, that's you with your with that's you with your
Dude, that
son,
gets me. That got
right?
me. Yeah. I want that.
And so you picture this in your head and you're like, this is the formula that's going to give me the lifestyle that I'm seeking. And I think I know what the brand is all about, but this image could have possibly gotten me to convert. And they do it very well because the way that they're
Totally agree.
structuring it is like, okay, let's show you some scientific stuff. Let's show you the freebies. Let's show you the lifestyle. So within one page, they're hitting every type of buyer that they possibly could.
This image here boosted my testosterone level like 6 points just looking
Eh,
at it.
You get it, Joe. And
I
reason
love it.
for that reason, it's converts for me.
Okay.
Big ol' fire
So we're
emoji.
putting this at
But
the top.
I wanna hear what you have to say.
Okay. Everything you're saying, you're telling a story. So it's kind of tweaking my mind a bit. I think coming in here, we talked on the last page too of like, you got just a pile of stuff. What is that? It doesn't tell me anything. They put a headline behind the pile of stuff and made you think something and you're not too sure what to think. Here, there is none, right? You got starter kit. Feel sharper, move stronger, stress less. All right. I know it's a starter kit and it's going to give me these things. Very simple. Everything you need to start. Free. It's got it all right here. Reviews. This many customers. Discount price slash 67% off today. And flavors. Again, bold, 67% off. Love it. Free. We're priority shipping. I don't care who you are. Like in my head, that means like the order comes through and someone's like running to pack it. And no, they're packing it right now. That's why I paid for it. No, they're not.
No,
It's no
no.
different than how they ship everything else. It just sounds good. It's great marketing. And a water bottle, let's be honest. How often are we going to use that water bottle? It's going to be used like twice, and then it's going to be left in your
That's it.
car in the heat. Like, I can't clean this thing with all the bacteria. And then you just let it sit and rot in the garage.
Joe, before you scroll past this part,
Yeah,
there's something that you do in a lot of landing pages.
let's hear it.
67% off today.
Today.
Today. And you're never
Yeah,
gonna see this again.
correct. Yes, you're 100% correct. Most people have just 6-7% off. What if I come tomorrow? Is it still going to be here? I can't risk it. If I don't do it today, there's a small percentage that it's not available tomorrow. I don't know. I use this on almost every one of my landing pages, regardless of what it's selling. This discounted urgency works. It works so well. I think if I'm going to nitpick, if I'm going to really nitpick and give them feedback, and again, I don't know how well they convert, and I don't have their hot jar data of their heat maps and scroll rates and stuff like that. I think a black call to action button does nowhere near as good
Mm.
as a red one. And even though red isn't in their main color, I would do just a bright red right here. That's just like, boom, start now. That's just me nitpicking. But
No,
otherwise,
you can miss it if you're just scrolling by.
exactly. I
Uh-huh.
almost did. I'd keep scrolling and what draws my eye? The orange. This doesn't. I could totally miss it and scroll past it. And I agree with what you said here. And again, if I got down to this point right here, I need to steal some of these ideas. This is Clint Eastwood vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got the greenest grass in the neighborhood. Everyone wants this guy. This is going to make me the man. And I just got to start here. So other than changing the call to action button here, am I going to give it a perfect 10? No, but I think it's pretty darn good. We got the coupon code already added in, FAM30. Oh, this is sick. They've got me. If I could go, I'm going to give this a 9.2, which in the scale of this whole thing is going to say converts.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Joe,
I dig
before
it,
we
man.
move on,
Let's hear it.
quick question for you, someone that's had more experience in the field. And I want to get your thoughts as like the customer and the person optimizing the page. If an ad tells you with code FAM30, like you get 30% off, and you go to the website and you have to input the code compared to if the discount's already applied, do you think that there's a difference? Do you think that one would convert more than another? For example, here Attaboy is almost telling you like FAM30, it's already there. Like you don't have to do anything else
Yeah.
compared to input the code.
Yeah. Great question. And I'm going to default with where my mind goes with all of these, which is whatever takes the fewer amount of steps wins. There's sometimes a few exceptions to that. And in my opinion, those exceptions to that is when you have survey funnels or quiz funnels, when you had to click next and it shows a new card. And the only reason for that is you want the least amount of things to distract you at that very moment. So that makes sense. But I would have the coupon code and discount in with checkout. Otherwise, you have to copy, paste. Who knows what browser you're in and if it's going to give you issues with it. Anything that could bring a level of annoyance and frustration, you have to remove it too. So although, again, this is so there may be times where it could be valuable on the other side, and there's always depends on the case. But overall, I would have the code. Either you have a page that already has it, like the page cannot be viewed in any other way but the code being embedded. It's part of the URL and it's embedded in with it too, giving it like already discounting it as a piece of it. And maybe you're able to use that landing page for something else with a different code later. So that way you're not duplicating pages. What have I said before, man? There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right?
There's 1,000
So
ways. So you probably have to get
yeah,
you have to get
UTM
friendly with your
or
web dev. Yeah.
yeah, through UTMs or through just having a custom page that you duplicate, all work or options. But yeah, I think having it already in wins.
All right, that's Joe's tip of the day.
Tip of the day. Let's see what we got here. This or that. So cold traffic. Now there's lots of opinions out there, and I'm going to go off of what I've seen convert really well, especially right. And there's a clear reason behind it. And I'm going to throw some examples. Did you go first on the last one or did I? Forget.
I think I went first for Attaboy, so you go first for this. I want to hear your
Okay.
opinion.
So which converts better? So a VSL letter or static image and bold headline. I love my bold headlines. Love a good curiosity headline that tells you what you're going to get, how quickly, what you can avoid without doing this for this amount less than the competition. You name it, right? I love those kinds of headlines that are very clear and prevent a deep scroll. However, if there's just a video in place, this is where my mind goes. I know VSLs work really well. I've made landing pages that were images and really cool mock-ups and have spent an absurd amount of time in Canva making cool mock-ups to have a page look nice and tinkering with the CSS of pages to have a button have like something go around it.
Yeah.
We could go down Tinkertown, right? However, where I go back to what converts better for ads. Most of the time, if you've got a really good video hook in an ad, that's what converts better than static images.
Mm.
So if you're able to convert there with a video, converting with a VSL on your landing page also works really well. I'm a sucker for a really good VSL. And if you're able to have an ad video that almost starts with some curiosity, imagine, okay, AG1, for example, right? Here, we're going to show a test. My friend Brad right here did AG1 every single morning for 30 days. And he did look like this. Now he looks like this. And it's like Brad saying there with like a pixelated body. You can't see it. If you want the same results for yourself and want to see what he did, click here. And what does that do? It transitions the video and picks it up where it left off into a VS and tells you about the benefits, the emotion, the feed, all that good stuff, and locks you in because you want to know the curiosity. Did it work? I'm only going to know if I click through it. And now that you're in the funnel, whether you click off that page or not, if it's good marketing team behind it, you are in that funnel. They should be retargeting you like crazy. You should be getting emails. Blow them up. Go after it. So I am very firm on a VSL. Now, if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have a different answer.
A lot could change in 3 years. And
attention span. People they love the video content. Look at what people are looking on Instagram for, on TikTok.
yeah,
It's
video.
stick
It's
with it.
video. People want video. And like you mentioned, your opinion would have been different 3 years ago. My opinion would have been different a year and 7 months ago. Then I met
Okay.
Joe, and Joe showed me the world of good VSLs. And honestly, I think I've opened my mind of how marketing should be done, especially for a cold audience. And I think what's really changed my mind is TikTok Shop, because TikTok Shop and their affiliates, they're almost creating mini VSLs with the products that they are promoting, because they are having to explain the problem, the solution, and the benefits of whatever products they are selling, oftentimes within like a minute or 2 minutes. And if you were to take this for maybe a higher ticket item or a subscription service and just make it a little bit longer, you could probably get a badass VSL that's anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, because that's all you need
Oh,
nowadays. I don't think you need something that explains something for like an hour. You just have to tell them why they should believe. And I think, Joe, the example that you were saying of like how AG1 can go from an ad to a VSL, that's a perfect example. What I've been like dreaming about lately, since I knew we were going to make this episode,
yeah.
is imagine that. And let me walk you through the mind of creative director Josh. The
Let's hear
ads
it.
the ad starts with a And let's say we're targeting 30 to 40-year-olds who want to optimize their health. And you get this 35-year-old looking woman who is like, "Do you want to know my secret?" And she's about to serve a tennis ball. And then you cut into another 35-year-old man about to lift his weights. And it's, "Do you want to know my secret?" And then it cuts to a teacher handling the kids in the classroom. It's, "Do you want to know my secret?" Then it cuts to the dad chasing around his kid at home. It's, "Do you want to know my secret?" And then it cuts to Andrew Huberman saying, "I know their secret. Do you want to know?" And
Ah,
now and now you
curiosity,
and now you
curiosity.
and now you click into it, and it's Andrew Huberman saying, "The reason why these people have had the energy to do this and that is because they take AG, and so do I. Let me tell you how AG has changed my life since 2012."
Boom,
Boom. And before
boom.
it's like you went from curiosity to, "Oh, Andrew Huberman. Oh, he is a health expert in social media. I should at least listen to him in the next 5 minutes." But you know what? He just told me that if you click the link below, he'll also send you a hat and the bottle and a PDF on how to use the Andrew Huberman style, like AG1, whatever, like his routine for better mornings. And you're like, "I am sold," because now I know the secret. And if I also have the secret, I can share with other people. And now it fills you up with joy to be able to be part of that cool kids club. And the VSL brought you there. Give me the V every day of the week.
Love it. Love it. I'm a VSL man. I've written God knows how many different AI prompts to shape and curve and use the right language for VSL. So they are a golden winner without question, in my opinion. Here, let's go another rate the page. Who do we want to go first on this one here?
I
How about you go
think,
first? I went
oh,
first on the other ones there. How about you go
yeah,
first on?
I wanted to bring Magna into this space because they are a new up and coming electrolytes brand. And something that you're going to see across the board here
Ooh,
is that we're going towards this health trend on these landing pages. And I think it's because the health e-com space, whether it's athletics or actual health optimization, has the opportunity to do exactly what Joe said, which is provide a desired outcome and really make that person envision that. And so here, I think where they're going is probably a little bit younger, more like the younger athlete type vibe. I'm thinking anywhere between 20 to 35. And this is somebody who is kind of adapting into the running culture that we're seeing. Where I'm personally in Austin, and you see this across the board, run clubs have become a part of just normal athletic culture. And I think Magna from the jump, they're kind of doing the Attaboy play where it's like, let me show you a snapshot of your life, of your dream life. And
mhm,
here they're showing you a slice of life, which is something that you're probably familiar with, which is you just finished a run and then you're taking your electrolyte. Now,
totally.
what they're going after immediately is showing you proof, kind of like proof of concept. Is that what you can say, Joe? It's saying 10 million Magnas served, where it's like, oh, so they've shipped out a lot of these, meaning that
Mhm,
people are definitely liking it. And I think they're kind of packaging this all together with, at the very top, the banner says, "Get the welcome kit plus 50% off." So now you're interested. This is kind of speaking to me. Let's see what the scroll says. Unlock greater focus, energy, and recovery. Okay. It's kind of doing what the Attaboy play. Now, triple magnesium electrolytes that hit harder, taste better, and work smarter. Cool. Magnesium is the most important. So they start walking you through it. Now, I personally wanted to bring Magna because I feel like they are missing a lot of what Attaboy was doing. And maybe, and this is where I wanted to get your opinion, Joe, is
yeah.
because Magna is more of a gender fluid brand where they're just trying to. I think what Magna is doing is like, hey, we're just gonna capture everybody and hoping that something sticks. What Attaboy was doing was, we care not about everybody. We care about the 50%, which is male, and then we care about the percent of males that actually care about their health and their longevity and being the best version of themselves.
They niche
And
down.
I
They really niche
and I
down.
and I think that's why they hit it so strong. And I think right now what Magna's doing, and if we can continue scrolling, is I think they want to educate. They want to tell you that they're probably better than the rest. Personally, I take Element. I really like it. But you start seeing through this, and it's okay. Maybe that might change my mind. You're telling me that you might
Mhm.
be better than my leading brand. And so then you keep scrolling, and we have more of those slice of life pictures, which is a runner. And it's like not just hydration, a full body upgrade. I think every single hydration brand is trying to go towards these angles one way or another. What Magna has going for themselves is just their branding. And I don't think that's enough to have strong landing pages. And I think for that reason, I am going meh.
Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. I was not expecting that. Interesting. I've got a lot to say about this one here
Let me hear
as
it,
we
Joe.
scroll through. I think emotion and curiosity are the two biggest things that convert. And if you're able to bring emotion in here, the first thing that I see is almost like the word I did it, like success. Whoever right now, if I get this product, I will be the person that finished the run. I did it. I'm wearing my on clouds, right? They're not, I've got my drink on it. This isn't a perfect cement. This is the sidewalk in the rough city you grew up in. It's I'm getting past everyone in the neighborhood and I got this. Like, that to me is what it immediately says. Love what it says over 10 million Magna served. A lot greater focus, energy, and recovery. Now, some say that the first few words in a headline, or whether it be H2 or H1, are most critical. I think in this one, they're taking recovery as the word that blends to the top here. This is a recovery piece. These are additional benefits to it. You're able to unlock it. Love the word unlock, although that's a ChatGPT favorite at this point. Again, with the black call to action, what's going on with that? Come on, make it, they have neon colors. I'd almost make this black and have this neon. What are you doing? Anytime there's this stuff like this 60-day fast and free, put green checks next to it. It just feels like it's validating. Again, these are little CRO things, but what I think about it, magnesium's most important electrolyte rolls through these pieces here, this branding right here. So before we even get to this image, this is what was going through my head. I didn't even see this image here. It was like, this is the first time I'm seeing this whole page as a whole. Never even heard of the brand. I was like, okay, it feels like this company is going after the older Gen Z, earlier millennial / mid-millennial who's a little edgy. And I don't know, maybe they got like an octopus tatted on their elbow or something or whatever. And dude, it's funny. We get to this point right here. And what is it? It's exactly, look, she's got like chains on her neck. She just got out of Hot Topic. She's got like this. That's clearly a fake tattoo.
She's cool. On picture, she's cool. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to say. Cool people
Like,
use her brand.
yeah, this is it. This isn't it's almost like the new girl next door, not like super clean or anything like that. It's like, she'll put you in her place. This is, yeah, I want to run with this chick. This is badass. Look, she's shredded. She's got these old school glasses on. Like, she'll fuck you up. And not just hydration, a full body upgrade. I think this is really cool. And I love the brand colors. I do think it takes a while to get down to this stuff down here. And I'm kind of confused. Is this how many powders are in here? I need a visual to know what I get with this.
That's a great point, Joe. It's
It's
like,
just a box. How big is this box? Is it true to size? Do I get 2 drinks out of this? Do I get 10? I don't know. And now I don't know any of these athletes here. Maybe that's a me problem. This looks badass and cool, right? Here we
there
go.
you go.
If I knew this was all about, this would be a little, this whole thing right here needs to be pushed up.
Pushed up.
100%. It would totally help conversions. Slash $55. How much am I saving? What percent? Shove it down my throat. Tell me I'm going to get that discount today. Save today. Throw it. Yeah, this whole thing needs to be higher up, just like the Attaboy one. I'm going to say, I think they have a lot of core elements. It's just jumbled. I think if they were to move those around, like I just mentioned, it would almost double the conversion rate. So I'm in between meh and decent. I think it's got the decent components in the wrong order. So with that, I'll also give it a meh. And if they were in the right order, I'd probably give it a solid.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think whenever I first looked at this, it felt like you got a mood board and
Yeah,
you kind of just threw it together on a order that didn't make sense. Or it's almost like you had different designers working on different parts of this landing page, and then you told the executive assistant to put it together on the website. And she doesn't know anything about CRO, but she just did her best.
It looks nice. It's well formatted. Could use a few extra little things that never hurt. If it were reorganized, I bet it would double the conversion rate. All right. Next piece here. Pick your number one single biggest conversion lever on a cold traffic landing page.
You brought the Avengers, Joe.
To be fair, this is the first time I'm seeing this, first time you're seeing this. I haven't put thought into it. Now I'm putting thought into it here. Single biggest conversion.
Joe, can I tell you what immediately stood out to me?
Let's hear it.
And I think I'm gonna go with my gut because I can
Okay.
go on and debate each one of these with you, and then we'd be here for like 6 hours. But price anchoring sticks out
Ooh,
a lot for me. And I've seen this happen a lot. And I think there is this one shop, I guess they're e-commerce. Have you heard of Quince?
I have not.
So it looks almost like it's like orange, almost like a blush orange with the letter Q in the middle. It almost looks like it says quince, which is like 15 in Spanish.
Okay.
Now, what they do is they create dupes, but like really high quality dupes, and they're a brand of their own. So they will say this moissanite tennis bracelet is exactly the same as this moissanite tennis bracelet from competitor brand. It's just that they're using their brand name, but we're getting it from like the same manufacturers. Or they'll say this shirt is exactly like the Lululemon shirt that you buy, but at half the price. And so that's their entire store. And I highly encourage you to go visit that site after this because they have everything in the world that you can imagine, from whey protein to linens to shoes to jewelry, everything. And they source it from the people that source like the top brands. And what really gets me, like, what really attracts me to the brand is that they'll say, you can pay $120 at Lululemon or you can pay $50 here for the same thing. And I'm like, ah, okay. And it's not just that. Sometimes it's price anchoring like within like a shop's own like products or whatever they're doing. I think many people make decisions based on price. And when there is something that needs to get you over the edge, if you're telling me that this is good value, I'm probably going to believe it. And if you throw in a free gift, then I'll definitely do it.
Sure. Sure. I love what you said. I'm as you were talking, I was also thinking to if you got a good product and I remove and it has all these elements and I remove one of them, how will conversions dip tremendously or not? And I'm between giving my answer to one thing over another. I'm like tied right now. So
Okay. Walk me
I'll
through
put
it.
it this way. I think do you have a guess of what my answer is?
A part of me thinks that you're flirting with headline and urgency.
Great guess. This is my number 3, but I think it's
Okay.
headline and price anchoring. I
Okay.
also agree with the price anchoring component too. If I know that there's something else out there, but I'm getting it for a better deal, it's just a psychology game at the end of the day, and that's what really gets people over the edge, right? If I really think hard about it and we look at heat maps and scroll rates through thousands of pages, the percent of people that don't scroll like after the fold and just stay above the fold and then leave, it's a lot of people that leave and don't scroll. So
Yeah.
there, I'm going to lean towards, I think the headline is the most important thing because if it's not there, you're going to lose a lot of people. And price anchoring is more towards the bottom of it. I think there's like, depends on which part of the landing page you're at. I have a different
Yeah.
answer. But if you're at above the fold, I'm going to stick with the headline piece. And that's why I say it.
I
But
love
if it's the
it.
full page, I say price anchoring. Cadence. You brought a lot of good ones here today. I've never heard
Yeah.
of Cadence, and this is my first time seeing this as well too. So, you want to hit this one first?
Yeah.
Who's
I'll go for it. So I think this is one of the first ones that actually introduced a digital product or like a digital freebie. If you see there's like a little magazine with a girl. I believe that's actually a digital like hydration plan that teaches you how to optimize for hydration. This now Cadence is testing a lot of different bundles, and they something that's also really important about Cadence, which is I guess not that important, but it's a fun fact. They recently had to change their branding, and I think that's gonna be another episode, Joe, where we do branding. But they had to change their branding because all their packages were white, and the only thing that let you know what the flavor was like if it said citrus lime, then
Sure.
you saw citrus lime, but everything was white. And so when they made the move to being in like brick and mortar, so or I guess in actual like stores, right? Once they made it to like Walmart and all the giants, they had to stand out in the
Yeah.
aisle. And I believe their owner is like the same owner of Raw Nutrition and all these big brands. They pretty much told them like you have to stand out, so you have to change this packaging. And so this is why we're getting this version of Cadence. I've been following this brand since
Interesting.
like their inception. And it's really interesting to see how they acquire new customers because they're not cheap. Actually, getting a subscription of these things, if you don't cancel after the first month, like you're gonna pay some like a pretty penny. And I think that's where a lot of these hydrations and drinks are going to, where it's like you can be paying about like $45 for a 30 pack. And it really depends. You can also just buy a tub of these things on Amazon and stuff. So I think what Cadence is attracting is almost like that person that wants to buy Apple like products for everything in their life.
Good point. Okay.
They're going after clean. They're going after almost like premium. They don't have to be flashy. They don't have to tell you anything else. I think they're really leaning into we're positioning ourselves as one of the premium brands and you're going to like it. What I think they're doing well is the way that you select your bundle. It's pretty
Okay.
clean. They do a
Look
very
right here.
clean job at just saying, yeah. So you add three and you save 25%, right? So you can go click, or you can go click on one and you have exactly what you need. What
Oh, I
I
see. You add
uh
each one to, I
yeah.
see.
And so then you're paying like $90 maybe for after the 2-month subscription. I forget exactly how their pricing works, but I think Cadence is really relying on the fact that you know of about them, that you follow their story, that you know their
Okay.
athletes. And that's where oftentimes brands can fall short because you're expecting the customer to know more about you. And even then, you expect them to think that you're the best. And I don't think Cadence could be doing so much more if they were actually worried about attracting that cold traffic than just expecting someone to convert from this. And for that reason, I'm going meh.
I'm also a meh, but for completely different reasons.
Let's hear
I
it.
think start at the very top. Now live at Target, now
That's
available at Target. If it even had the logo, that'd be nice. But if I see this, I'm going to go to Target. I'm not going to buy it from here. Who doesn't make a run to Target, right? I would probably be like, oh, I'll just wait. So I think that's something taking people away. Next one, limited time new customer offer. When does it expire? How good? Can I come back later? I'll just wait next week. Give me something. Price discount. What percent is that off today? And I see this image. I'll tell you exactly what I do. I want to take it. I want to put it in Canva. I want to put a scribble arrow right from here and have like in scribble text, this book from this person, scribble text over here, arrow, 86 packets included, something like that, right? Enough to last you this long. Just a little like, oh, okay. Cause right now I don't know how many are in this. What does this even say? Cool, free. It's, you know what this is saying to me? I went about, the phone's about to explode. Use code hydrate. Why is it in what is this? This seems to be like I could scroll right past that. It's a huge piece. What do I use? What do I get if I use hydrate? I need to reinforce that discount again. I got to scroll this far down to get delivery one free deliver too confusing. I don't want a delivery two. How many people are coming? Is the dude knocking at my door every day? How often is delivery? Is it prioritized delivery? I don't know. What's this bundle? Like until you told me how this worked, I didn't know. Like
Mhm.
I'd be confused. And I'm never a fan of having these plus minus in two columns like this. Look, my thumbs, they're not narrow. They're clicking a big area on the screen. I could be adding 20 things to cart and not realize it. I'm a big fan of just one add to cart, then a sidebar comes over, boom, you add it to cart. You want to upgrade with it. It's like a seamless flow, if
Mhm.
you will. This is, in my opinion, too many decisions to make on one page. If it's the bundle, lock into a bundle. Great. I've locked into a bundle. Next step, choose your flavors. Great. Next page, choose your flavors. One decision, one page. This is cool and all. I think this is interesting. I like the brand look and feel. If you went off a brand look and feel, it's something I'd purchase in a store. I buy stuff just based on the look and feel,
Yep.
but I still don't know what I'm getting. Okay, all this sodium and magnesium. I don't even know what that means. If it said 200,000 milligrams of magnesium, I don't know if that's good or bad. I have no clue. No clue. So they're lacking a lot of easy information and the ease to buy. And I think they're losing a lot of people above the fold. And with that, I'm giving it a bounce. I'm giving it a bounce. Ooh, we're on 9 out of 10 cards here. You told me about this.
Yes.
Again, another brand I've never heard of. Okay, I'll go first. You go second. How's that on this
Let's
one?
do it.
Okay, I think it's way too much going on. Great. David Beckham. I get it. I don't know if this is a mock-up or not. Looks AI to me, even if he did sign off on it. The text is too difficult to read. We get right down here. There's all these pages. What is it I'm purchasing? Is it is it this thing? Is it one of these? Is it, I gotta think. Replace 16 plus supplements for just this amount a day. Why isn't this bigger? You know where my eye immediately goes? To this dude.
David.
Then it goes to what's he drinking? Then it goes to what's in this box. Then it's what company is this again? I looked at this like last. If they were like, what can we do to increase conversions? If Beckham here was towards the headline, that would get people to read that first or pointing to it. You want them to read this first. So cool. If you nutritional label, all right, if people are into that, you don't know their ICP. I think this is decent right here. Typical good stuff. Daily Ultimate Essentials Pro. Replace all these supplements. 90-day money back guarantee. For how long? 90 ingredients in one daily drink. How long will this last me? Is the first, will it
It's
last me a week?
I
Okay,
believe it
90-day
says 90
supply. I got
day.
to go down to see it. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. And you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of an early Joe where I thought gradients, lots of colors, and pizzazz is what converted. It's not. Simplicity converts. Well, colors convert, like a confusion converts. This looks like it's an infomercial from 1995 at 3 a.m. made into a landing page. That's what it
But
feels like.
is that who they're trying to attract?
Even if it is, I still think it's difficult to convert. Your purchase gives back. Okay. Every blah 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 life-saving nutrition for mother and children. But no, you know what I would do? I would AI some child like, please, if you don't buy this child's throw an image to make them sad. Let's go. Pay with it. Who cares? What is this? Application is approved. I don't just throw a credit card down. Why is this so small? What you'll feel. Noticeable daily boost. Throw someone that's boosts up with their veins shooting out of their neck.
Right?
Give me the feeling. I think it's just, I have no idea who any of these people are. Why would I click that? Learn more button. So it's a program or it's a product? I still don't know. I'm very confused. And there's our AI Beckham again. He's got a different
Mhm.
drink this time. They poured a different one in there. What this tells me is if like they went to Lovable and said, I need a landing page that has, like I want someone's brain to be scrambled after reading it. Put all the stuff that's supposed to be in there, but more. That's what it feels like. If this, I'm not even halfway through.
Joe, I think they were telling their prompt, make it better. No context, just make it
Yeah,
better.
better, more, better, more, better, more. I would one bounce on this. It's too
That's
much.
I
It's
am
too
so
much.
glad. I'm so glad I brought to the table because I'm having so much fun seeing your reaction with these brands you've never heard of. I am a bit of a CPG junkie. I love every single time something comes up, I am investigating it, right? And most of the time, my investigation is how good is their landing page? And I knew you'd have fun with this one. One, because I think it has
It
so
did.
much potential. And I think what you
Yeah,
said
that's
is
a good way
right.
to put it. I agree. It does.
I think what you said is right that they grabbed an old infomercial and they made it into this page. Because if I'm coming into this page and I'm like, I'm a David Beckham fan and I saw an ad of David Beckham, maybe the creative director took some liberty of making like a really awesome social ad. And then I land here, I'm like, oh, this is not for me. I'm going to send this to my dad or to my mom because it probably means get better health and replace the vitamins that you have in your drawer or whatever. And so from the get go, everything that you've said is kind of hits that. David takes too much attention away from what the product is.
Yeah,
And that's
totally.
unfortunate, right? He's an attractive man, and that's probably why they're using him in the front. But I think the big thing here is that you get to replace 16 plus supplements for just $2.61 a day. And even then, that's hitting a pain point without even having to say it. And it's already giving me a, what can I say, my I desired outcome, which is you're telling me that with this tub that's sitting in front of David, I can eliminate all those bottles I have in my medicine drawer, and it's pretty cheap for $2.61. Like
You know what else is cheap? You know what else is cheap? That freaking sweater he's wearing. It looks like it's used from Goodwill. He's got his worst haircut and the cheapest sweatshirt on. It doesn't
But
seem like a valuable luxury product.
now, like, scroll down, Joe, and we're gonna get into the pricing
I need a
here,
barf
which
bag.
is scroll down a little bit more. Now, here they've unlocked the what is it? The extra month of the year. Do you see the math?
Every 12. Okay. Ah, I see.
So they're charging you for a 10th month, and you're not gonna realize it because they're basing it off of 12 weeks, which is 4, 8, 12. Really smart of them. But at like you mentioned, this is you're getting billed every 12 weeks. and this is not giving me premium. Now, if you told me that Cadence was going to charge me $235 every 12 weeks, I might have believed it because they almost feel so snobby in the way that they talk about themselves and the way they present themselves that I'm like, oh, they're probably positioning themselves as the most premium thing in the world. They don't even, it's almost like Cadence doesn't even want to talk to you. IM8 wants to talk to you way too much
Way too
and
much.
way too
It's that
much.
annoying Karen. It's just like, shut up. I'm
It's
over it.
look,
That
God bless.
salesperson that's just yapping away, spitting in your face.
Yes, God bless their souls. But Joe, have you ever gone to Costco and encountered one of those people that are selling a specific product for that weekend? It might be knives, it might be pans, it might be something, but there's like a salesperson doing a demonstration of whatever product they have. Have you ever encountered that?
Josh, every weekend, and I'm gonna tell you what I say. I'm gonna tell you what I say because I'm like, they're not gonna get me. They're like, "Do you want a remodeled bathroom?" You know what I say back? I go, "No, we just bought a brand new house." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And the reason I say that is because one time I went up and they're like, "Do you want a remodeled kitchen?" And I was like, "No, we rent." And they're like, "Oh, when you happen to get a home of your own." And I was like, how are you gonna make me feel like shit in Costco? You're the one working for like $4 an hour, and I'm the one that just spent like $400 on groceries. And you now I don't feel good. I'm angry. No, not allowed.
See, this is exactly what they're doing. And for that reason, I'm going bounce.
Bounce it is. Dude, this is like trampoline city. Get them out of here.
Get out.
And to our very last one here before we end this episode, let's hear it. True or false? Get our opinion on this here. Most
Mhm.
e-commerce brands lose the sale above the fold, not at checkout. We talked about this earlier. This is why I was saying headline versus price anchoring. Now, again, it's the first time Josh and I are seeing this here. I don't know if it's true or false. I just have my opinion. I'm going to say, I'm saying true because I've seen way too many hot jar results. And what happens? I've seen that green to blue to red to this to that color. I've seen it over and over. Like you lose like 80 some percent many times. Not that I'm
Yeah.
trying to sway your answer, but what are your thoughts?
Joe, unfortunately, we've all seen those hot jar results. And honestly, again, this will be a topic for a future episode. But like in SEO, the big reason why you want to rank 1 to 3 is because nobody scrolls to look at what option 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are, even though they're in the first page.
Mhm.
People don't scroll because they want an immediate answer. And if
Yeah,
that answer isn't there for whatever problem they're facing, they're going to find a different method or a different competitor or whatever.
I agree
Mm,
100%.
I'm going to have to say true.
All right. We got us locked in for true. And that ends it today's episode here. This was great, seamless, enjoyable. We talked about a lot of stuff here. Maybe we have to pick this up in another episode too. To e-com folks out there, marketers out there, if you got ideas, comments, thoughts, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to share our thoughts back with you. We'd even get some good banter on as well too. So with that, this was episode 2 of many. Josh, anything for the folks out there?
And if you have a brand like IM8, hit us up because we can help you out.
Oh, totally.
Um,
It's their
and we'd
simple things, man. You could quadruple your conversions just with some simple things, and just don't tell ChatGPT more if that doesn't fix it. All
well, we'll
right.
talk next time, Joe.
That's right. Peace.
Bye.